Now that we've gone ahead and deployed our fabric synthesis station and other equipment that we manufactured in the previous step, we're going to want to go ahead and manufacture a whole bunch of fabric, which is a class of materials that we're going to need to make a bunch of different things. Most attire requires some kind of fabric as an input. Bedding is going to require fabrics. Lampshades are going to require fabrics. So it's an important thing to start manufacturing pretty early. In order to synthesize a new raw material, we'll use the issue material synthesis order tool over here in the toolbar. When we click that button, we'll get an interface that'll show us all the different sorts of raw materials that can be synthesized. In our case, we're going to want to go ahead and make mineral wool. Mineral wool is a very simple kind of fabric. It's very low luxury. It doesn't have a bunch of good properties to it, but it's very easy to go ahead and produce. All you need for input is virtually any kind of rock will suffice, and as long as you've got a fabric synthesis station and enough power to drive it, you can start producing fabric. So we select mineral wool for the material we want to synthesize. For our input, we could use cobaltite. I'm going to use quartz-bearing rock because we've got more of it on hand, and it's generally a bit less valuable. The maximum that we could synthesize is 76,811. I'm going to go ahead and issue an order for 25,000, as that'll suffice for the time being. We'll click OK. We'll let our world start running again. Open up our order interface, raise the priority on this so that it gets taken care of in short order, and one of our workers will go ahead and transport the inputs from the stockpile to the synthesis station, configure it to work. That's what Nickel Enston is doing right here. And then we'll go ahead and use the tile inspection tool to click on the fabric synthesis station, and when we view the generator info, we can see that there's a bunch of quartz-bearing stone in the input, and as time goes by, it'll gradually be converted into mineral wool in the output container. We can also see that all of our crops have grown and been harvested, so again, to take advantage of the time of year that it is, I'll go ahead and issue some more crop planting orders. If you keep a sharp eye over here on the events list, you'll see that a material synthesized event will occur after some period of time, and you can check out the details and see that material synthesis is complete. We've got some mineral wool. If we go ahead and check back on our station, it's going to automatically go into the output and be transported to the right kind of stockpile. So I'm just going to go ahead and issue a bunch of crop planting orders. You're all welcome to follow along to keep our colonists busy, but I'm going to plant a bunch more Zeronin so that we'll have plenty of grain. Go ahead and get some more Greenwich. Gotta have plenty of vegetables. And then some more Zen berries so that we'll be able to manufacture desirable sweets and beverages. And so that'll keep our colonists busy. But we'll go ahead and check on our colony supplies. If we look under materials, we'll scroll down here to fabric and see that we're already starting to get a whole bunch. Our mineral wool has already been synthesized. We've got a good quality station because we were able to use cobalt for the thread extractor and weaving module, and that's a good sort of metal to use to give our station good properties. So that's all there is to it for material synthesis, and this should give a pretty good handle on what the steps are to get all sorts of different materials, whether they're synthesized or refined in outer colony. And material management is really the fundamental key to manufacturing things and building the right kind of items that your colonists are going to need to succeed.